Hi everyone, I'm Andrew McNair with SWAN Capital, and thanks for joining me for our October 2025 SWAN Report. There's been no shortage of headlines lately, and with so much happening in the markets, it's easy to feel like you're being pulled in a dozen different directions, and that's where we come in with our monthly market recap. This month, we're cutting through the noise to bring you clarity to the financial stories that matter the most to you and your future. So whether you're tuning in over a cup of coffee or just taking a quick break in your day, we're really glad that you're here. At SWAN Capital, we're taking a cautious approach as we navigate today's challenging landscape, shaped by ongoing wars, a growing fiscal deficit, a government shutdown, and on top of all that, markets have once again pushed into overvaluation territory with indexes hitting all-time highs, and valuation metrics are stretched far beyond historical norms. Now, the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 spent much of the month in positive territory, buoyed by ongoing enthusiasm for companies making several new deal announcements. Now, one such headline included a strategic partnership between AMD and OpenAI that sent shares of the former up more than 20% after that announcement. But volatility has also been running high after President Donald Trump posted on social media that he is considering a massive increase in tariffs on Chinese products. Now, his post was in response to China's proposed new export controls on rare earth metals. This heightened the level of geopolitical and economic certainty for the rest of the world, and it was underscored by the gold values, which surpassed $4,000 per ounce for the first time ever. Now, the U.S. government is still on shutdown, and it heads into the first month of being closed. The current shutdown and lack of economic data is worrisome. Industrious little gremlins in the financial markets need themes and they need ideas, and if they aren't getting official data from the government, they try to create their own data and run with it as a story. Then there are earnings, which have been good so far, and they don't depend on the government to provide this information. That's helped markets with some good news, and with no data from the government, investors haven't received official guidance other than letting others dictate the agenda in the markets. Now, looking overseas, potential peace in Gaza, upcoming additional Fed rate cuts, and strong start to the earnings season should all be significant wins at our backs as we close out in an interesting yet profitable 2025. Now, a solid close to the year usually imparts momentum that carries into the new year. And we know a positive January typically leads to a positive year overall. We do need to get refocused on opening the government, and getting the data flowing would be a really good place to start. Now, at SWAN Capital, we're not just watching the markets, we're actively helping our clients make smart, timely moves. And with markets hovering near record levels, this is the moment where real financial planning matters the most. Now is the time to be asking, is our portfolio exposed to risk? And if so, how much risk am I taking? Should you be looking at alternative investments? Should you be dropping your portfolio from aggressive to growth, from growth to dividend? Have you planned for those big expenses in the months ahead? And we've shared with you that it is one of the best times to create cash if you know there's a renovation coming. You know you're going to purchase a car in 2026. It's important to create the cash now while the market is frothy and the market is doing really well. Again, this market could go on for another 2 years. The average bull run runs 5 to 6 years. And so we have 2 more years that it could go. But that is nowhere in the rule book that we won't have hiccups in the market. If you're not working with us yet, this is your chance to get real answers and a clear second opinion on your 401k allocations and your investments. Now, we offer complimentary consultations to you and your friends so that you can see what it's like to work with our team that's actively managing wealth through all kinds of markets, not just bull runs. Now let's make sure your plan is built for what's ahead and not what's just behind us. So if you're not a client, do give us a call at 850-380-9558 to schedule that complimentary visit. Now, before we close out, I want to highlight the incredible events that we had this month and give you a sneak peek at what's coming next. This month was packed with excitement from our popular concealed weapons and travel classes. We had an amazing time learning more about bullet making. We had one of our great clients teach that bullet making class, and he taught a lot of people. We had over like 100 clients there, and we taught gun safety and bullet making, and we all had a great time shooting at the targets at the rifle range and the pistol range. And then we taught about 100 more clients at our travel class, and that video will be going out very recently, and you'll probably already have it in your inbox by the time you watch this video. But our travel class was filmed in like 3 different camera angles, and I shared 43 countries worth of tips and tricks. Then, believe it or not, we had another event. We had the Black Swan Investor Book launch that I was able to do at a coffee shop. Our team put on a great event where clients came by to get their book signed of my most recent book, The Black Swan Investor. It's how to weatherproof your retirement. And if you want to get a copy, make sure to let us know at your next review and be happy to give you a copy. Now, I'm really so proud of this project. It's all about how uncertainty doesn't have to derail your financial future, and I unpack that in the Black Swan book. Again, we're going to include a link in the description if you want to purchase a copy on Amazon today. And again, the momentum is continuing into November. On November 21st, we're rolling up our sleeves at the Waterfront mission. This is our last volunteering opportunity. It's going to be our last event at the Waterfront mission, and we're going to be raising money for the Waterfront mission. We're going to be doing a matching fund campaign. So if you're feeling generous in the month of Thanksgiving and you have a lot of Thanksgiving and gratitude for all the things that you've been blessed with, what a greater time to put money towards the Waterfront mission, and SWAN Capital is going to match your funds. And so join us in this incredible time to not only get your hands dirty, but also to bring out money out of your pocketbook and give to a worthy cause. Also, we have one more ProFeds event, so if you know a federal employee, do share that with your federal employees who are sadly going through this government shutdown right now. I'm also excited to announce that from November 1st through December 2nd, Giving Tuesday, again, SWAN Capital will match 100% of every donation made by our clients to the Waterfront mission, doubling your impact and changing even more lives. Your generosity will help provide meals, shelter, and life-changing programs that empower people to move from crisis to stability. So if you'd like to donate, please call our office and we'll get you that link. Also, don't miss our exclusive retirement dinners that are coming up at Jesse's Magnolia Springs on November 4th and 6th. So if they're not a federal employee, but they're someone that's closing in on retirement, 3-5 years into retirement or before retirement, bring them to one of these events to learn about retirement income, estate planning, and tax-smart strategies in their retirement. Again, clients are encouraged to bring a guest who could benefit. Seats, of course, fill up fast for Jesse's Steakhouse. It's a popular place. So call or text 1-800-848-8768 or our local number 850-380-9558 and ask to speak to Madison, and she will try to get you a spot at that event with your friends. That's it for this month's SWAN Report, and I want to thank you for listening every month. And please remember that nothing we talk about here is a recommendation. Now, if you're looking for personal recommendations on your financial plan, all you have to do is give us a call at 850-380-9558, and we look forward to talking to you soon, and we'll see you next month.